Now, that's basically how we fit up the run, okay? So now we'll get into our toolbox as far as coverage combinations. So the first thing we'll talk about now, we'll tag it, we'll say 7 mod. All right, so mod we can play to both sides, all right? But in this case, we're just gonna show examples to the star, to the strong side, all right? Obviously, you gotta have either 2 backs or 2x2 formations to play 7 mod, all right? So now what mod means to us is this, all right? Mod is gonna tell that corner, he has the man outside and deep. All right, outside and deep. He's playing man on that receiver, outside and deep. All right, so he's going to line up in press coverage. All right, and he knows this. If that guy is vertical, we say vertical. Right, he does not eliminate himself early in the down. What is early in the down? Within 5 yards. If he goes inside, within 5 yards of the down, or sits down, what we call smash, he can make an undercall. And now he zones his quarter. All right, plain and simple. All right, he's doing it from press alignment. Now, with this star here now, all right, he's going to line up. We tell him in the apex, right? When we call mod, he can go +1 from the apex, leaning more to his pass coverage. Obviously, because we're playing our stunt inside the box, okay? And what he's going to do now, he's a quarters. He's a flat defender. So what we tell that guy to do now, obviously your key and run a pass. Obviously, you see hi-hat now. I am going to push into number 2, right? I want to get him out of the seam. The whole thing with us is the seam. Get him out of the seam. For us, the seam is 3 yards outside the hash, all right? If I can push him outside the seam, reroute him outside the seam, right? Now, if he is not to the flat or anything is not to the flat, now I'm just a zone dropper now, right? I'm trying to drop 10 to 12 yards. I'm off the quarterback's intentions, right? But with anything of 1 or 2 going to the flat, that now becomes mine. I attach to the upfield shoulder of the flat defender, of the flat receiver, right? In order to stop anything coming back, all right? And now I'm taking it, all right? I'm taking it. So if it turns into a will or whatnot, I'm taking it. Talk to me. Well, now we're saying he's a flat defender. So anything that takes him to the flat, whether it's 1, 2, or 3, he's going to expand with it now. So let's just say 1 or 2 went vertical, right, and he's dropping, right? He's thinking he's a zone defender. Well, if a back comes from the backfield now, right, that is something to the flat, and he will expand with it now. He won't go get it. He'll expand with it. Keep leverage on it from depth. So if none shows the flat, he just stays in the same curl area? Correct. Okay? All right? And now, as far as the safety now, all right, the safety, all right, he's a quarter defender. So what we tell that guy now is he's going to be a full yard inside number 2, right? And on the snap of the ball, all he's going to try to do now is he's going to take his shuffle, all right, take his shuffle steps and take read steps to obviously decipher if 2 is vertical. If 2 is vertical, he has all the 2 vertical, right? And he is basically reading 2 to 1. So saying if 2 eliminates himself, he's now looking to rob 1 now. All right, we'll talk, you'll see a couple of examples of that too now. But the whole thing, we say this, the reason you see that guy so tucked in so far is we want, 1, we're dependent on that star, that apex defender, to reroute him out of the seam, right? The worst thing you could have is that guy, that slot defender, that slot receiver running scotch-free down on your safety now. All right, you're basically playing cover 0 with a 4-man rush, all right? That's hell, all right? So now, we also we do not want to get beat across our face. Obviously, middle field open, we try to talk to those guys, they're going to try to attack the middle field. Make them throw the 7-cut. We'll get beat on the 7-cut, we'll rally and tackle it, but that's a lot better than getting beat on the seam or the post. All right, so that's why you see that guy tucked in so much. So as you see a couple of examples of it, all right, obviously the corner's pressed up, he's deep, so he has a man-to-man, all right? So now as we see here, right, he pushes into him, right? And now as you see, as your example right here you're talking about now, right? Boom, he reroutes him, gets him out the seam, all right, 5 to 7 yards, all right? So now he gets his eyes back on the quarterback, does something to the flat, he expands with it, not jumping it until the quarterback pulls him up. So as you guys see here, so that just happened to be the sail route, right? You see the safety protecting himself from being beat across his face, all right? And as you guys see it there, so that's an example of the sail route there, okay?
Hey, Coach.
Talk to me.
That back right there on the previous play.
Uh-huh.
If he runs up the seam right outside the tackle line, so your Mike's going to carry him.
4 over 3, 4 over 3. So now the Mike is a hook defender now. Right, so now obviously we talk about 3-2 pushes, and that's a 3-2 push. So he's attaching the 3, right? He's relating the 3. So as 3 widens here, he's going to come with him, as you see. So now he's going to push to this curl window right here now, as you see him right there when he breaks out. All right, but as long as he's straight back, straight at me, I'm straight back myself. All right, so, and then that's what we talk about, a 3-2 push. Okay, so good question there. So we're saying 4 over 3 to the strong side.
So, on that play right there, should Mike be chasing 3 like that?
No. He's relating to 3. He's relating to 3, but look what the quarterback's doing. He's telling you. You follow me on that?
Let me ask you this, Coach. You actually, Mike, they're not
They're pushing two. We saying 2-3 push. So they're going to push in that window. So obviously when something's going out, you're expecting something coming back in. So that's why we talk about not breaking on it until that quarterback throws the ball, obviously. But they're not going to be robots. That's the one thing I think we fall a victim to. I tell guys all the time, you're not a line on a piece of paper. Play football, right? So obviously if something going out, you expect something coming back in. You're going to protect the curl window. You're there to disrupt the throw. We want to be tight to routes, okay? All right, so now on the backside, you guys see it here. So now this is smash here now. All right, and a lot of times we talk about this, flip alignment. All right, flip alignment to us is 2 on the ball, 1 off. All right, so a lot of times they're telling you that one's not going vertical, a lot of times, right? Because if he was, he'll be on the ball. All right, so we say flip alignment, right? Alert smash. But now, same thing, as he reroutes, all right, as he reroutes 2, he's going to reroute him with his hands, but his eyes are going to see to 1. All right, so as he sees 1, he sits it down and he wants to attach to his upfield shoulder, right? Now, that corner yells smash, smash, smash. He gets depth on his quarter, right? And now, you see it here with the safety. He is not going, he's trying not to be beat across his face. So obviously you see he's not aggressive here, right? And knowing that he has help underneath, but it's not guaranteed to him. He just knows he's going to rally and tackle the 7 cut. Make him execute that far throw, okay? And that just happened to be on the backside, okay? So now you see here, right? Same concept. He's rerouting it. Now, as he reroutes it, he goes to the flat. So as he goes to the flat, guess what? He's a flat defender, so he has to attach to it, right? So he takes that. And now kind of your question right here with the mic on the front side. This is all front side reads here, right? 3 is straight at him. So his drop is straight back, right? He's relating to 3, all right? So if 3 was to run a gas route, as we call it, straight down the middle of the pipe, he's going to take him. He's going to take him, all right?
Your corner and your nickel over here, your corner's not going to come off 1 and take that out right there.
You talking about up top here?
Yeah, get on top of the curl there.
Yeah, now, we'll talk about, and I got switch rules on this too, right? We'll have switch rules. And most of the time we say switch is 1 behind 2. But we can also game plan, they're showing what they're doing, right? With going 2 behind 1 now. And I'll show it to you too, okay? So you'll see here. And going back to that example too, just so we all see it, right? Like I said here, he's reading 2 to 1. So once 2 eliminates himself, now he's looking up 1. But knowing that the corner is playing man on number 1. So all he's going to do now is he's reading 1, is we talking about getting in a 3x3 box and now basically tilting out a 45, right? As I'm keying 1. I'm keying the low hip of 1. And all I'm going to do is shuffle and keep a 3x3 box, knowing that I got my plant foot already back. If that guy hip sinks, I'm going to drive the route. Bottom line, and you see it here. So same thing we talk about 4 on 3. Boom, I drive the route. We're good there, okay? So we just want to be tight to routes. You'll see it here again. All right, 2 to the flat. Pushes into him. Oh, I can't push into him, so now I got to take him to the flat. And if this guy was to run a wheel, he would take him. And the same example here with the safety. 2 eliminates himself. He's reading 2 to 1. He opens up in a 45 basketball shuffle, keeping a 3x3 box. He sinks. I sink. We got 2 on 1 on that curl route there. Tight to routes. Okay?
So, if he runs that wheel route, who's responsible for him?
The star. That apex defender now, because he's a flat defender.
Okay.
So we're saying he's going to take 2, right, to the flat. If anything's coming to the flat, he's got to take 2 through, if that makes sense to you.
He's force flat wheel at 2.
Curl flat wheel, if that's what you want to call it. Okay? All right? So now we say crash. Kind of similar to the smash concept, but same thing. He's rerouting them with his hands. Seeing the release of 1, it comes down, right? If he sees 1 in the corner, he knows what? He has this guy outside and deep. If he eliminates himself early in the down, he yells under, he zones off his quarter, right? And now that's the whole reason here when we say this. When he drops this, he has to go to the upfield shoulder because he doesn't know if that's a smash or if it's the crash, as we call it. So if it is the crash, he has to take the new 2 back. Okay? Talk to me.
Is that doctor reading number 1 the whole time on walling?
This piece right here? Yeah, he's rerouting 2 with his hands, but he has to see 1. Yes, he has to see 1. All right, so as you guys see it here again, all right, same thing. He doesn't want to get beat across his face. He's nailing down, corner zoning off his quarter. Okay?
How often do y'all run half line?
Every day. Every day. Every day.
So then do y'all put it all together?
Yes, correct. So we'll never, and that's the one thing about us too now, I'll let you guys know, we don't do one-on-ones. We don't do one-on-ones. That's a bullshit offensive drill.
Thank you.
All right, so there's no time in the world where the quarterback is going to have 1 receiver to look at, to throw, and you get one-on-one routes. All right, so everything with us is 2-on-2 or 3-on-3 slot cover. All right? So now, kind of answering your question, all right? Switch routes, and we say one behind two. So now, if we get one behind two, we will switch, and basically the guys who are going to switch now is this. This is the new number two to reroute, if that makes sense, all right? Same thing up top. This is the new number two to reroute, and he's going to zone it. So this guy's wrong here, right? He shouldn't be turning into him. This guy here, he's playing it right. Reroutes him, zones it, nothing to the flat, he's good, right? And now the corner, he now picks up the new number one, and he's sitting down playing mod on him, all right? And now, this piece right here, he's still reading 2 to 1. All right, so those are two guys who will switch, is the corner and the safety when they go switch routes when we're in mod, okay? Say it again? Zone turner.